So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Football with Priscilla. I'm Priscilla. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, today I have a guest on my YouTube channel. Surprising enough. Anyway, so this is my brother. His name is Wezi. Wezi, say hi.
Hi guys. It's been a while since I was on your YouTube channel.
Okay. There have been videos we've done together, but they are never posted because I don't know why. But anyway, so today we have a very interesting video for you. But before we get into the video for today, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Now, with that said, let's get into the video for today. So today, we're going to be doing a look at the transfers that have been happening. He's an Arsenal fan. Do not mind the Leicester jersey. His Arsenal team is not doing
Okay, you know, parts on Dhaka. I mean, every Zambian's
favorite. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we'll be looking at some of the Arsenal transfers and just some random transfers so that we see your opinion, we hear your opinion about them, right? So, as an Arsenal fan, I'm sure you know of the signings. The first signing that Arsenal have made Arsenal have actually been doing well in the transfer window, which is shocking. So, the first transfer that Arsenal have made is a guy called Vieira. Now, Vieira is a creative midfielder. So how do you feel about Arsenal getting a creative midfielder? Do you feel like Arsenal need a creative midfielder?
Yes, I do. I do very much because when you look at the way Arsenal have been played, they've been playing over the last season. I think.
You have a deep voice, so like project.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so like I'm saying, if you look at the way Arsenal have played this previous season, I think we relied too much on the guard. I think he was more of the only creative midfield you could see. Yeah, there's Saka there, but he comes down the wing. He's a winger. And I said we need an extra number 10. What happens if Odegaard is injured?
Yeah.
So I still believe that. A season it's you play a lot of games. There's Europa, so many games, so we can't really rely on one player. You saw what happened, the likes of Partey. After I was injured, I think Arsenal lost the rhythm.
Yeah.
They lost a key player in there, and it was very hard to replace one. Yes, we had to take Elneny off the bench. Good player, a very fantastic experienced player, but it wasn't as good as Partey was. Yeah, Partey is a world class player.
Yeah.
So given the fact that we had one who was a holding midfielder, and we lost that one with an injury, and Arsenal lost their rhythm, lost their momentum. We don't want to do that this season, whereby we would lose an attacking player. For example, if Odegaard goes 6 weeks injured, at the first day of the first game, and he goes 6 weeks, what's going to happen? Yeah. So we need to have a very creative midfielder in there where we can rely on. If he's injured, there's someone who comes in. And the player that Arsenal have signed, a very fantastic player. I've followed him over the years, and he's a good lad.
You followed him over the years?
Yeah,
are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
I rate Rafinha amongst the Leeds players. I rate him. I remember I was saying, like, I don't rate Kelvin Phillips. I don't know why Man City want Kelvin Phillips. But in the Leeds team, I rate Rafinha. So Rafinha is obviously a right winger. Mm-hmm. Which is weird because Arsenal have Saka. Yeah, so what do you think about Rafinha?
Well, now, it's funny. I've been seeing people, even friends texting me to say, why are you buying such a player? But when you look at Saka, and when you look at Rafinha, the best position that Rafinha will play at Arsenal to be the left wing, where he cuts in back and then he shoots or he crosses. Look at where
right wing.
Yeah. He's a right winger, so he won't play in the right place.
Yeah.
The best number 7 is the only playing there. When you look at Saka, he's a natural left footer. Yeah. But does he play on the left? No. He cuts in. He cuts in. He crosses the balls. He does all this. Yeah. So Rafinha will play in the left position. Mm-hmm. Saka will play in there.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's the modern football. That's the modern football play nowadays.
That's an interesting.
Yeah. When you look at Sterling, you won't find Sterling playing the right to cross the balls. No.
Yeah.
They would prefer him coming from the left because he cuts inside. So that's how football is played nowadays. Those are back in the days whereby if you are left, you play in the left. You just right, the David Beckham culture, the back days where you just cross. Football has changed now.
Okay. So who else does Arsenal want to buy? So I've heard of Rafinha. I've heard of this same Vieira guy. They also were supposedly they wanted to buy Richarlison.
Well, when look.
But Tottenham, I feel like Tottenham also want Richarlison. But yes, go ahead. What do you think? Would Arsenal do well with a player like Richarlison?
No, he's a fantastic player. And the goodness with Richarlison, he can play down the middle as a forward striker. He can play in the left positions. He's, Brazilians are all known for hard work.
Yeah,
He tracks back.
South
The way with Jesus, never, sorry, Jesus, the one they bought. He is a hardworking striker. He comes back, he defends. He can play down the left.
Which is the thank you for bringing Gabriel Jesus. Do you rate Gabriel Jesus as a centre forward?
Well,
I don't.
No. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'll be very honest with you. He's not a player that can give you 40 goals without a proper midfielder like Kate De Bruyne. Look at Arsenal.
Yeah.
There are so many young lads in there, but we lack the experience.
Yeah.
And when you look at Gabriel, the club is from, you look at so many midfielders, so many attacking midfielders.
Yeah.
Actually, I can say he was being fed, spoon feeding him.
Yeah.
Who can seriously fail to score when you've got KDB in your squad? You've got Raheem Sterling, you've got Mahrez.
Bernardo Silva.
Who can fail to score? But when you look at where this Arsenal team, when you look at the midfielders, yes, they've got Odegaard, but they can't do it all. So Arsenal lack most the creative part of it, and to be very difficult. And I don't think Gabriel Jesus is a striker that's going to give you 40 goals at the end of the season. I still feel they made a mistake with that one. Yes, Manchester City is a good club, but he's been sold out. I don't know, for obvious reasons. He's not as good as he should be in that squad. Yeah. But I still believe Arsenal should have done better in the market than you get Gabriel. They're fantastic strikers. I would even prefer you buy a player like obviously we can't get Lewandowski, Arsenal don't really want to spend such kind of money. Yeah. But I still believe there are a lot of good strikers. Even parts of that can do a fantastic job.
Okay, so what's your opinion on, now away from Arsenal, I'll ask him some random transfer news. So what's your opinion on Haaland? You don't rate Haaland. You've told me countless of times that, okay, this guy, I just don't see it. But now he's come to the Premier League and he's come to Manchester City. So do you have a change in opinion about him, or do you still stand on the fact that, because I remember you told me when Morata came to Chelsea, you were like, okay, because I was hyped. I was like, no, he plays for Madrid, and you were like, please.
And this price tag.
Calm down. He's not going to do anything.
He was 75 million pounds.
So. Yes, and he didn't do anything. So now, what is your opinion on Haaland? Are you still standing by the fact that you don't rate him, or maybe there's you think maybe he can?
Well, I'll just give you a simple scenario. Haaland, he broke into the world scene, Australian League. Okay, where he was getting a lot of goals, just like parts of that. He was scoring goals for fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but Haaland's father is a Premier League. He used to play
in the Premier League. Yeah.
And I'm sure he's one of the best advisors. And you know what he did? He told him, you're not ready to go to the Premier League. He had to go to what? Bundesliga. Yeah. Because he knew straight from the Australian League, the Australian League is not as good as the Premier League. So he did want his son to come straight to the Premier League. Yeah. He wanted him to develop. Yeah. And that's what he did. He had to go to Dortmund. And he had to go to a club where he feels he can play, without pressure. If he had gone to Bayern, there's so much pressure. And he was a young man. So he had to go to Dortmund. And there he has developed maybe 3 seasons. He's developed that confidence. And straight away he's coming into a team. Wow, fantastic players. I don't know what to say.
It's a private school.
Look, it's a private school. Look, if you had brought Morata to Man City, we could have been saying a different story.
It's true. Wow, it's true.
It would be so. He's not as good as he is if it comes to Everton. He's not as good as he is if it comes to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But, come on, he's coming to Man City. What can I say? 50 goals. Probably I wouldn't be surprised if you want to reach 60 goals.
Yeah.
So in short, Haaland is not as good as we all say he is. But he's coming to a club where fantastic coach, fantastic midfielders.
Okay, I feel like why I like Haaland, he's got the arrogance of a Ibrahimovic and a Ronaldo. So maybe he can thrive on that point. Who's the final player I want to talk about? Okay, so the shock transfer for me this season is Mane going to Bayern. Do you have What do you think about that? Like he's finally left the Premier League. He's finally left Liverpool. What's your opinion on that?
It's simple and straightforward. I think he just didn't get the respect he deserved. I mean, after doing so much for the club, I
Yeah.
still believe the first time they went into a Champions League final, which he even scored, I think they played against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I think he deserved to be given a contract. I mean, it's so surprising that somebody gets more money than money.
Right.
So it's yes, I know he's a fantastic guy, humble guy, but I mean, at the end of the day, he deserves a contract. He deserves more. Okay, he's been consistent over the years. I mean, he's changed Liverpool. Okay, even before Salah, he moved Liverpool. I still believe it was just a matter of disrespect. I mean, he would have stayed if he had been showed that respect as a footballer. The fact that he has done so much for the club.
Yeah.
So yes, they offered him 230 per week, but if Liverpool had offered him 200, I think he would have stayed. But I think it's a matter of he just gave up to say, okay, they're not
They
showing the
don't.
respect.
Yeah. That I deserve.
Yeah, so they've lost the player. I mean, but again, I still believe, yes, he's going to.
Do you think he should have stayed?
No, he should have stayed. He should have stayed. But I'm saying it's just a question of loyalty here. Okay, Liverpool are not loyal to him.
Yeah.
Okay? After him doing his part, because he's a professional,
Yeah.
and until the last day he kicked the ball for Liverpool, I think he gave it all.
Yeah.
But the club just couldn't give him. I know. I don't know if it's a question of racism or something. I just don't get it. Why would you? What? I mean, Chapman doesn't even play.
Yeah.
But
It's a contract negotiation.
Yeah, it's a contract, but we've seen in this modern football whereby a player will sign 1 year contract, 4 years contract. Next year wants to go, he starts negotiating with the club.
Yeah.
And they increase before even his 3 year thing elapses. So it's I mean they should have sense to say, okay, he's going down, because we say that the danger of letting a player go in his final year is that once he says no, he
won't sign.
He might go for free.
Yeah.
He might go for free. So you start negotiation early, so that if he's not gonna sign a contract, you sell him because he still have a contract. So Liverpool made a huge and it might cost them. And I mean, we all said, like, there's someone who writes his scripts. I can bet to say there's a Liverpool
Bayern Champions League
semi-final. I mean,
okay, so we have
which Mane will dive in the box. I don't know what Van Dijk would do.
I didn't trip him. No. Okay, so we've come to the end of the video for today. But before we go, right, I want you to just give me respect. For what did I tell you about Lukaku? I want you to tell me, to tell everyone what I said about Lukaku when Chelsea were signing Lukaku.
Well, I think you are right. I think when you look at the Premier League and the Italian League, it's two different leagues.
Yeah.
He played. He bullied the defenders there. But when it came to Premier League, it's very difficult. And for Lukaku, I still believe it's a question of him not just trying to live. Like there's some players who the mentality they want to be one of the best in the world.
Yeah, he's fine being.
Yeah, he's fine just getting paid. He's fine just like that, because as a player, you look at his weight, then take care about his weight. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I mean, he's won the 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions League, but he still keeps his diet. But when you look at Lukaku, he's way younger than Ronaldo, but he just doesn't keep. And the fact that he started saying this in the media, mind you, the media will finish you and they will. Yeah. So credit to Priscilla, she told me that. But before we even go, I know it's your show, but I want to ask you something. How do you see the current Premier League? Which team do you think will be the top 4 and why? And which team do you think will win the league?
That's going to be a long video. That's a video we need.
No, no, just a quick one.
Okay, I have it.
Judging by the transfers we've seen.
What's the time?
And the intent.
Okay, I have a meeting in the next 4 minutes. But from what I have seen, and from the way transfers are moving, right? I will say this. I think it's still between Man City and Liverpool. Liverpool have bought Nunes, like, that guy. I don't know if you watched him, but there's a time he played Liverpool when he was with, Benfica? And he really gave Van Dijk a hard time.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, and that's the player they've bought. And then obviously Man City is Man City. Even though they are selling their players like Bernardo Silva, Gudigan, I still feel like Guardiola has an idea of what he's going to do. So I still feel it's still between Man City or Liverpool. Now, one thing that I've noticed is how Conte is coming, because Conte has bought what's that
He's
Brasuma.
buying with an intent.
Exactly, like
With a message.
mm-hmm.
Arsenal, oh, still relaxed.
Manchester is still
Still
relaxed.
building.
Yeah.
But Manchester, I like the way Manchester is doing business. Look, they've bought a fantastic midfielder from Barcelona.
You haven't yet bought him. We're still talking about the
But it's more likely. I mean, who says no when Manchester United comes?
De Jong, he said he loves Barcelona.
Oh,
but then they're just financially
yeah,
unstable. So yeah, so I still think it's going to be between Man City, Liverpool. I still think Conte. I honestly believe next season, Conte is a winner. They will win a trophy next season.
Yeah, he's a winner. But again, it comes down to the quality, the squad.
Yeah.
Look at the Chelsea. And the Chelsea, mind you, they've got rid of Lukaku now. Mm-hmm. Chelsea has got a bigger squad than Tottenham. Why? Because Tottenham, I think, they rely too much on the upcoming youngsters, because it's the nature of the club. They can't buy 5 players, so they rely too much on the upcoming squad. Yeah, so it's between Manchester United, Liverpool, and Chelsea. And for the top, I still believe Manchester United will have
over Conte. Over Conte's team.
Yeah. That was going to be heated, but please, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm ruling out Arsenal. Yeah, look, we had 2 games in our hands and we failed. Are we going to have 46 games in our hands and don't want to win anything? No. Arsenal can look. What is Arsenal going to? How are they going to make us fans to believe when we had 2?
Anyway. No. Okay. Anyway.
No, it's not because look. You had 2 games to go in your own hands. And seriously, just let them slide. So the league has got 46 games. Are they going to tell us that we have to hope for this? It's in our hands.
So we've gotten.
Look, I get emotional about those Arsenal.
From an Arsenal fan, we know how emotional they get. So thank you so much, Rosie, for featuring. I hope you feature again. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. Make sure you share.
Thank you, guys. So I get emotional.
This is why you don't bring an Arsenal fan on. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Bye.